Welcome to the Half Done Hobbyist. This week, instead of the usual weekly pre-order roundup, I'm going to include all the Dominion updates as well, even though Dominion is still a few weeks away. I'll be hoping to get my hands on the big box, so if you want to see unboxing, building and painting videos on it, then please consider subscribing. I will start with the Dominion news. It'll be available for pre-order from the 19th of June, but if you want to get your hands on it, get in early because it is a limited release and it'll be available in stores on the 3rd of July. So it's quite soon. I expected it to be a much longer lead time, but that's pretty good. As well as the Dominion box set, there will be a bunch of other stuff available for pre-order as well. The AoS core book will be available in a hardback version and a limited edition version, which looks really nice, but you'll be fighting scalpers for that one. There are also two General's Handbook releases. There are Pitched Battles 2021 and Pitched Battle Profiles 2021. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but AoS seems to be getting really complex recently. An actual real AoS player might tell me to shut up, so if you're one of them, give me your opinion. Has it deviated too far from its original vision? In a direct mirror of 40k 9th edition, there's a Path to Glory diary, just like the Crusade one. It's for tracking your army as it grows through the Path to Glory system, and I really do like the red it comes in. There's the Realmscape objective set, which is 6 pieces of scenery to act as objectives, or just to add some more interest to your battlefield. I like the Brazier one the most, although they all look pretty decent. We'll also be able to order Realmscape Ghoulish Expanse, which is a pack of 2 fold-out game boards. One side is Wasteland and the other one's Swamp, to let you play in the Realm of Beasts. You can tile the battlefields to create different sized boards. There's also an interesting piece of terrain on the box, but not in the box I believe, so maybe we'll see that at a later date. There's a combat gauge, which is fine, but there's also 3 new paints. I'll be getting these and trying them out on my new guys. There's Hobgrot Hide, Thondea Brown and Auric Flesh, which looks a bit light to start from for me. I would maybe start a bit darker and bring it up to Auric Flesh, but we'll wait and see. There's a new Dominion novel by Darius Hinks, which comes as a hardback, an ebook and 2 different special editions, one for each side. I'm a fan of both of these covers, although I won't be getting either of them. I particularly like the green page edges on the Cruel Boys one, very unique. That's it for Dominion, so now on to pre-orders for this week. It's quite a small release this week, so it shouldn't take too long. It's swings and roundabouts. Last week I didn't want anything. This week I want everything, so it's going to cost me a fortune. The most exciting bit for me is the Gaunt's Ghosts box, which features Colonel Commissar Ibram Gaunt and 5 of the most famous ghosts from their earlier years, so they're a wee bit younger than they are in the books. All the minis look great, and it'll be a really enjoyable project to paint them. I'm planning on having a paint-off with my friend James, who is a far better painter than me, so that should let you see 2 different contrasting styles. But of course, due to real life, I don't know when I'll be able to organise that with them. This is a really interesting one, and maybe shows a wee bit of a policy shift from Games Workshop. The Sabbat Worlds Crusade book is a 1500 copy limited run, complete with 5 commemorative coins and 3 art prints, which is pretty normal for one of these releases. However, it'll also be available as a made to order for 2 weeks, so you'll be able to get exactly the same book, just an unnumbered version. It isn't clear if the coins and prints will still come with it, but if they do, then it might put a dent in the scalper market. It's definitely a step in the right direction anyway. There are hardback and ebook versions of Sabbat War by Dan Abnett and Ordesh the Serpent and the Saint by Matthew Farrer, so they'll be available to pre-order on Saturday. From Saturday, Dead Sky Black Sun, another Uriel Ventris audiobook, will be immediately available alongside Straight Silver, a Gaunt's Ghosts audiobook. So you'll be able to actually listen to them on Saturday. Next up, and what seems like a deliberate kick in the teeth for me personally, aimed only at me, is the new Imperial Guard Box with the new weapon and head sprues included. I have just finished painting up 30 guardsmen for an upcoming project, struggling with terrible mould lines and deformed shoulder pads, so it'll be very interesting to see how these new sprues hold up. I'm really liking the heads, which will add some much needed variety. I think my favourite one is Mr. Y-Front Face. He looks like he's just raided a sorority. Just one thing I would change about this, I would have given them gloves. It just seems a bit off to have them bare-handed still. There are some Blood Bowl releases for Lizardmen this week. There's a themed board, team cards and some dice, and I actually think the dice look really cheap this week. The gold doesn't present well in my opinion. Other than that, it's a pretty standard set of releases, and I'm glad they seem to be giving all existing teams this treatment pretty quickly. Last up, White Dwarf 465 is on the way. There's some Tomekeeper stuff as well as some Mega Gargant hero rules. I usually just pick it up anyway, just for some good hobby. If you enjoyed this video, you masochist, Like and subscribe to see more from me. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.